Alright, so this is going to be the cage cleaning tutorial here. It's been about 10 days. My hedgehog's cage is getting pretty stinky. Basically what I have is a fleece liner. I don't use wood chips or anything like that. Fleece liner. I used to recycle the fleece liners, but I got so many of them from relatives and stuff as gifts that I've got enough fleece liners for years that I could just throw them away, so it doesn't really matter. So what I'm gonna do is I already took out his little hut. He's over here in the green hut, you can see. Please excuse my messy bed over here. So what I'm gonna do first is take out his food bowls, which are empty, so I actually need to get on that. His water bowl, which I'm in the process of getting a water bottle for him. And then I'm going to take out his, what I've gotten here is 2.5 pound weights. Little, little barbell weights for a home gym or whatever. And I've got them wrapped in socks, and I'm using these to hold the liner down so he can't get down underneath the liner and start burrowing or anything. So little 2.5 pound weights wrapped in socks. And also he likes to climb on top of these and like rub up against them and stuff. It just gives him a little bit more terrain in his cage to play around with. So we'll set those aside here. Then back there in that corner, I don't know if you can see very well, we've got a bunch of little scraps that I shredded up for him to play with. Those are going to go in a grocery bag, and we're going to save those for his next, for his fresh cage. And also here's his little tube that he had to play with. Alright, so I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to take this stuff out real quick. Alright, so I try to be a very organized person. So the way I do this is I have a shower caddy full of his cage cleaning shit. So I've got a little tube that he likes to play with. I got baby wipes, sandwich baggies to put on my hands as gloves, the potty pads, we're going to go over that in a minute, and the paper towels. So that's my little caddy of shit that is going to clean the cage. Oh shit, that fell, didn't it? Alright. So here's the Kroger baggies, just little grocery bags. That's what I'm going to put the trash in. I'm trying to get my bed out of this angle. Alright. I guess that angle's fine right there. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sandwich baggies, put them on my hands so I don't get crap on my hands or anything like that. My hedgehog's right next to me over here on the floor. I don't think you can see it though. Alright. So no, I don't have any gloves or anything. I'm not like a germaphobe, but hey, I don't want to get pee on my hands. So I'll show you guys each aspect of this. So like I said, the scraps, we are actually going to wash those and we'll put those back in his cage. Because the particular blanket that I cut the scraps from is actually a pretty nice blanket. So we'll take the scraps out first. Scraps. Alright. Alright, that looks like most of them. There might be a few stragglers in there, but that'll have to do. So that's a separate grocery bag over there. So now we're going to take out the liner and everything that's trash. So the liner is basically just half of a cut fleece blanket, but that's going to be trash. Like I said, I've got enough of these that I don't need to really recycle them. So we're going to pull this up by the corners here. So I guess you can see that. And it smells awful. So you can probably see the, well, I'm going to pull it up anyway, but the potty pad down there, it's covered in pee. And I usually double these up. So you can see that yellow, that's all pee. So this thing's covered in pee, so it's definitely time to change it. So I'm definitely glad I've got these things on my hands because I do not want to touch that. It smells horrid. Alright, so we're going to have some more garbage, so we're going to leave that there. So basically what I've done is I've cut a plastic board here, and what I'll do is I'll wrap the fleece liner around this board so that it goes underneath, and the weight of the board will hold the fleece in place, and I'll put the 2-pound weights on there and it'll hold it in place. So I've cut this to fit the exact dimensions of the bottom of my cage here, which you can see there's some crap in the bottom of the cage that I'm about to clean out really quick. Alright, so I think you can kind of see the cage here. Try to focus it a little better. There's a little bit of poop down in there, which is alright. We'll clean that out. These wet baby wipes aren't very moist anymore. So, we'll just get down in here, get this crap out. Put it in the garbage bag here. Shit. Actually, you know what? Let me get some fresh baby wipes real quick that are actually wet. Alright, so I've got a brand new thing of baby wipes here. Nice and wet. Alright. Set that there. So, even though he didn't directly pee on the bottom of the cage, you want to give the bottom of the cage a good scrubbing. And they'll tend to only pee in one corner. They'll only pee and poop in one corner. They're kind of potty trained in that way, so that corner definitely wipe out the sides too. And after you wipe it, you're going to want to use a paper towel. Make sure you get any of those chemicals out of the cage. So he's not sitting in there breathing this in all day. So once that's good and wiped, obviously the next step is going to be to wipe this plastic board off. So let's get some more wipes out of here. Shit, alright. So we'll get this board nice and wiped off real quick here. I mean, the potty pads really do much of the absorption. They really get most of the pee, but you do just want to wipe this off just to be clean. Alright, so I think we got that pretty good. I think we got off most of the baby wipe odor, but just in case, when we put it back in the cage, we're going to have the back side facing up. So we're going to start fresh with that side. Alright, so all the dirty stuff's out of the way. I can take these gloves off. So what I've done is I've already got a fresh cut blanket here that's fit to the size of this base. So we'll get this on here. Again, you want enough blanket that it's going to wrap underneath it as well. So you're probably going to waste a lot of blanket. Yeah, you know what? Let's cut a little bit of this off of here. Let me get my scissors here. We'll cut a little bit of that off and we'll make some more scraps. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit of this off of here. We got a little bit more than we need on the edge here. So I've got my fabric cutting scissors, obviously. If you're a hedgehog owner and you use fleece liners, you're definitely going to want a good pair of fabric scissors for sure. Oh yeah, there's a lot of extra fleece on here. This will make a good good amount of scraps. All right, awesome. So now we got some extra blanket here. Great. So now let's check. All right, the sides are good. There's a little heavy on the bottom, so we'll cut some of that off too. This video is getting a little long, so bear with me. I know. I'm just trying to help. Trying to help you future hedgehog owners and current hedgehog owners figure some stuff out with your hedgehog. Alright, so it looks like we've got the fleece cut to size, so fleece will fit. So we'll grab this off of here real quick, set that there. Get out the potty pads, so I'll have 2 of them. Obviously, you want the white side or the side with the grain facing up, the plastic side facing down. So I'll go ahead and double layer this. If you double layer it, it tends to last longer without stinking. When you single layer it, you pretty much are cleaning the cage twice as often. So I'm going to double layer it here. That looks good. We'll get his blanket back over here. Nice and cozy. This is an extra thick fleece blanket. Winter time's almost over here now, but he was definitely not cold. I definitely take care of my pets here. All right. So that's nice and fitted on there. So we'll start with the corner that he pees on and make sure that's nice and tucked in and deep over there, because wherever they go to the bathroom, they like to dig at the fabric a little bit. So make sure it's all tucked down when you put it down. You definitely don't want to wake up one day and find your hedgehog dead underneath the underneath the blanket here. So make sure they can't get underneath it. Make sure it's pulled nice and tight on all sides. Alright, that looks nice and tight. So I'm going to put his little weights back in first. I put them right in the middle on each side. That seems to keep it held down really well. So I'll put his food dishes back in. I try to space out the water and the food so that they don't leak into each other. While I'm at it, go ahead and fill up his food. I use Diamond Natural Indoor Cat Food, hard, not soft. So we'll go ahead and give him a nice little scoop of this. All right. So that's about it, guys. Hedgehog cage is clean. I'm going to cut some fresh scraps for him. I'll put his hut back in there. And let's introduce the man of the hour.